Thank you. Before I start, just one remark following what Danny said. It's true that if you have good students, please send them to Chicago. But if you have very good students, remember the econ department over there. Some of the most famous economists in the world, including some of the people that sit here, Aviv and Mika, started over there. So here is a tip. Now, I had to say it, sorry.
I started over there.
In the tall building, sorry, but now in a different building. Okay. Now, I was asked to focus on prices, and let me start with a story. A friend of mine is teaching microeconomics in one of the leading universities in the US, and he likes to use a very old, out-of-print book. He bought this book many years ago in a used bookstore. He paid $5.95, that's what he told me. He lost the book a couple of years afterwards, and he went to this bookshop and didn't find the book. And then he found the book online, and he paid $159. Now, he was very happy, finding the book. Now, think about what happened to the price here. The price went up dramatically. Now, let's go and think about consumer welfare. Is it so obvious that as a result of such increase in prices, consumer welfare went down? The traditional antitrust analysis focus too much about prices because what they have in mind, the intuition behind this antitrust, is the old tradition delivery system, the old traditional matching between buyers and sellers. But what we see that many products, the delivery system, the way that buyers and sellers are matched is different. It's not a regular store that you go and buy the product. It's not the basic assumption that appear in chapter 1 in all the antitrust books that if you have the price, all the consumers that have a valuation about this price are going to buy the product. In a more general setup in which we have information friction, and this is what characterizes most of these products, most of the interesting products in the world, there is information friction. So we are in a world that we need to focus on two things, at least two things, search and matching. So if you think about most of the products that you consume, either you vacation or your new house, it's a search product. You're looking for the price, you're looking for the characteristic that you want to consume. And then the matching. How exactly occurs the matching between consumer and sellers? So if the matching is such that for the price $159 you manage to match someone that really has very high valuation with a product that he buys for $159, while in the bookstore you cannot find it, it's possible that consumer welfare is higher, with the price of $159. The moment you have this in mind, you remember this example, you realize that the jump from the traditional antitrust analysis to what you characterize as a new one is a problematic and challenging jump. It's not as simple as we may look. Now, the matching algorithm that different type of platform, different type of organization has is something that, first of all, there are two issues here. First of all, I think that in the future, the antitrust authority or antitrust policies will need to examine not just market structure, but will need to examine the matching algorithm. This is very important. It's maybe a radical thought for the moment. It's not something that we are used to do it, but if you ask me what will happen in the future, what do I think, it's this matching procedure which is important. For example, I was thinking yesterday, what is the most provocative assumption that that I can come up with? One of the things that antitrust may enforce in the future is to introduce some kind of randomization in the matching procedure. It's not something that is so easy to swallow, because what is the meaning of this randomization? First, we know from economic analysis that such randomization may help to provide a better equilibrium for everyone. But on the other hand, it harms the consumer that is going to use the search the current search, because right now, the procedure will allow randomization. The meaning of randomization is basically will force experimentation to try to different route, different product. Now, I thought about it and then realized, you know what, there are certain platforms that already do it. They don't let you don't know about it, but there are certain platforms that use experimentation and randomization, don't tell you and don't give you the optimal outcome. This is something that already exists. It's something that at the end will, antitrust authority will might be even try to enforce. Another thing is that what is exactly the relationship between concentration and different type of platform that allow this, that govern this matching? Going back to the example of about the lost dog. Assume that instead of one Facebook, you are going to have 20. Do you think that you still have 20 minutes until your dog will be found? Probably not. So the relationship between concentration and the type of matching that exists is not as obvious as in the traditional antitrust analysis. We can go to the extreme. Think about a platform that tries to match organ donors with patients. Okay, this is a very extreme example. But it clearly, intuitively, we may think about one platform, one monopoly, even if you want to call it, that might do better than, if you have like 20 or 30 organizations that do this matching. Of course, it depends on the size and other things, but it's not obvious that we'd like to have hundreds of such matching organizations. So the relationship, if we understand that the underlying changes that we have here is a type of matching that exists between consumer and sellers, once we change it, we need to change some fundamental things in the antitrust analysis. Another thing is a search. Now, when we look on the search, search is something that we use in economic quite a lot, search models. But the effect of the online market on search is not just by reducing the cost of search. This is most of the analysis which is done, reducing the cost of search. It's much more elaborate than this. It has to do with order search, the way that search is built, and I don't see none of it in the antitrust analysis. So in this respect, do we want to have a new antitrust? The meaning of new is kind of, there's no good definition for new, because at the end, as you said, everything is old. But we need to adjust. We need to adjust the antitrust. Somehow we need a shakeout, to try to adjust the antitrust to antitrust analysis to this new type of product. That information friction, search and matching, is something fundamental that change, and we need to see what can we do to promote competition, but not only competition, to promote a better outcome instead of, in terms of consumer welfare. And the last remark, it is not in my note, but Aviv said about dynamic analysis. I clearly think that the issue of dynamic analysis with respect to antitrust is critical, in particular in this. However, I must say there is nothing new about it. Dynamic analysis was critical before. The issue is that here at the university we can say openly what we know and what we don't know. The truth is, we don't know how to do dynamic analysis. We have to admit it. And, if you think about the people that work at the university trying to develop framework for analysis, including antitrust analysis, this is one of the focuses of the research of it. We don't know how to do dynamic analysis, either empirical or theoretical or any combination of the two. We have intuition, so sometimes when there is a problem, we wave our hand, we say here and there. The truth, we don't know. So it's important that all of you will understand, exactly what is the frontier, or what is exactly the line that divides between what we know and we don't know. And this is important to clarify here at any context of the university. Oh, that's it.